Okay. So should I get oh, should I get started? Are we
Yes, you're
ready?
welcome to get started, and we'll just be having things in the chat box the whole time. So people may take themselves off me, but we'll be in the chat box.
Perfect. Let me take this chat, but let me open the chat box so I can see what you guys are talking about. All right, gorgeous humans of Emergence Festival. Thank you so much for having me here. It's truly an honor to be here once again in this container to share with you some of my most powerful stuff. Yeah? So don't be a stranger, please. Say hi if you know me. And if you don't know me, my name is Thatja once again. And for the last years, I have been working with female entrepreneurs, women that want it all. They want the business, they want the relationships, they want the lifestyle, they want the fire, you know? What about you? What about you guys? Tell me in the chat, what are you up to? What is your thing? You'd like to see who's here? What's your vibe? Would like to know, what's going on in your life and what are your passions? Yeah. So also don't be a stranger. Say hi to me on the chat box, and I'm here. You can ask questions. Okay. If you have something really important, please unmute yourself. But for now, I'll be focusing on just being here present with you. And yeah. So I just love to work with ambitious women and train them, support them, right? And celebrate their every step of building a masterpiece kind of life. This is my passion. And for many years, my focus was mainly to guide women to open up, right? To unleash their feminine power, right? So they could, create a life they love. They could create a legacy, right? Today I teach business as well. I teach strategies, also the energetics and the embodiment of all of that in all areas of our lives. Because guess what? Women want it all. So let me say hi here. Hello, Chelsea. You're in the house. Gigica, Beatrice, Jessica, hello. Gigi, Nelson, we're here. This is so good. Katie, Nerissa, I'm just saying hi here from you guys all over the world. Love it. International. Yeah. So today I will be, a little bit of reverse engineering this process, how it works, and before I get started, I want to invite you to feel free, if you want to tag this conversation on Instagram, you can tag me, and I'm going to give you this free training for everyone that tags me, this free training on money blueprint rewire. Cool. So you can continue this a little bit longer after we finish this conversation. But anyways, going back to the questions, to the question that we all want to know: how do we attract wealth with personal magnetism? Essentially, how can we have, do, and be all that we want? Isn't it true? Isn't it true? So this is actually what this masterclass is all about. And this masterclass came between two women and separated them forever. Right? From the beautiful city of Rio de Janeiro in Brazil, two women lived together in the same house. Right? They enjoyed the same school. They each had the same opportunities in education. And as their possibilities for success were equally good. After 30 years, one has accumulated wealth, has traveled all around the world, has social influence, has cultivated profound relationships and connections, and the other one is almost entirely dependent on her family, or she is in still suffers self-doubts, fear, failing, judgment, procrastination, comparison, depression. This second woman was me. 7 years ago, I was not a good leader. I wasn't a leader. I had no wealth. I didn't know which silverware to use on a table. I didn't speak English. I had a lot of daddy issues. I lived in my friend's I slept in my friends' couches for weeks so I could pay my Airbnb studio to pay the rent, right? I didn't understand relationship dynamics. I didn't love myself. I had lots of acne and I hated myself and I didn't know how to make money. Of course, I'm happy that I'm not there anymore. But today, after doing a lot of work, I'm so grateful she existed. And I learned so many lessons with her. Now, as I was telling you this story, the real story, did anything familiar came to you? Maybe something in your own story, something in your past. Can you think about a time in your life that you were not exactly proud of yourself? That that you thought that you thought yourself as a failure, right? I want to ask you now, like, can you see? I don't want to lower vibration or anything. What I'm trying to do is just to bring you some awareness here, okay? And can you think of this time, like, and see that little girl, that little boy that used to judge others or himself? Maybe you had no money to pay rent. Maybe you had to sleep inside your car because you had no money. Maybe on a random couch. Maybe you didn't buy a bottle of water or a meal because you were like saving so you could buy like a personal development course that you wanted. You know, maybe you have been trying to be a coach or an entrepreneur for the last 3 years and you're still hitting the wall and you still feel like a failure. I just want to wait. And I see the answers coming in. So I want to invite you now to be actually grateful for all those things. If those are happening to you, I want to invite you now just for a moment. Can you be grateful? Can you extract one lesson from that? This one. Because a failure is only a failure if you can see the lesson, right? If you can find the lesson, that's a failure. If you can't find the lesson, it's a failure. If you can find the lesson, that's not a failure. That's data, and that's a win. It's an experience that you win because you can collapse time, because you learn, right? You don't have to repeat it again. So you save time. You save time from the same mistakes. So I want to ask you now, can you extract at least one lesson from a time you felt really bad about yourself and about your life? And I want you to play full out with me because we are about to have a very important conversation that you only going to be able to move at the speed with me now. I mean, really, we just have 1 hour here. Yeah. I usually teach this over like 5 days or 10 days. So I want to be really intentional now for you to take a moment. If you could now, even if you couldn't before, find the lesson from that thing you almost don't want to be proud of. Just be grateful. What this has taught you. I just says back then, if I got what I wanted at the time, I wouldn't know how to tend to the blessing. I am ready now. That's beautiful. So, what lessons did you learn? Can you just tell me one lesson from that difficult time? A failure with a lesson is a win. And it's never, ever enough for us to find lessons. I trust my gut, Shimmer says. Kayla, to take my power back and stop looking for answers in others. Beautiful. Chelsea, during my dark night of the soul in 2018, when I was fighting against myself to follow my intuition, the lesson was trust her. My intuition is always right. Yes, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. So I learned so many lessons when I was that broke that I wouldn't even like buy a bottle of water today. I look back and it makes no sense saving $1, right? It makes no sense. But I'm grateful because, that moment built my determination to save that money so I could pay for my courses. It allowed me to build strength of character, right? I was able to study with that. And the courses that allowed me, to be where I am today. So I'm grateful for learning how to appreciate food, good quality food, organic food, and be able to go into a restaurant and not look into the right side of the menu, and go into a store and choose both colors of that dress that I want. So I learned so much, and I don't need to go back there because I am extracting the lessons. Yeah, I'm saving my time with all those failures. They became a win. So extract the lessons from them. This is the first code that I'm like passing it on. It's just, we didn't even start it, just the first code. Like, you want to collapse time? Just extract the lesson intentionally each time that you feel like a failure, and you won't need to repeat them again. Okay, so now I know these codes, right? Now I embody these codes. Now I teach these codes. Yeah, because these codes are so exciting to speak about. They are so exciting to learn. And once you learn this, and once you truly have a power that is so powerful that you can literally create a life beyond your wildest dreams. So, how about we just start now? How about that? How about we clean up the way? I'm sure you agree with me. Do you guys agree with me? I see the heads. So, I want to make sure I set the tone because today will be powerful, will be fast. So, I want to make sure this counts. And you know, I want you to know that because of your, I know that you guys are ready for this as well, because your willingness, just by being here, right? Your willingness to achieve for yourself is very powerful. If you're here today, it's because you want to live life as your truest, highest expression of who you are as a human being, right? You feel like this burning desire to fulfill your vision and embody the man, the woman that you came here to be. And the fact that you're here is already huge. And I respect you for that, right? If I go back to my past, I remember I had to make one decision, a decision that would change my life forever. I had to decide whether I would throw myself in those in personal development and studying the things that would change my life, which really scared me because I would have to look into some dark places and I didn't want to feel pain. But my other option was to just wait for the things to settle, wait for the things to go back to normal, or wait until I had time, money, or inspiration to then embark on this journey and committing to doing the real work. I just want you guys to know, like, I'm not special, I'm not better than anybody. And successful people are not better than anybody. Successful people are able to achieve not because of who they are, but because of the mechanisms they learn and implement and embody. So I was super serious. I was hungry to change my life. I made a choice to walk through my fears in that moment. And now I invite you to do the same. So if you're ready to walk through your fears, if you're ready to now dance your dance, live your life, and create your creations, I want you to nod your head and say yes. Just nod your head. Yes. Okay. I want to see the head shaking. I don't care how long you have been in business, right? I don't care if you're in a relationship. I don't care if you have been studying the law of attraction a lot or a little. I don't care if you have experience or a lot or no, not at all. All I care about is that you're hungry and you're open and you're ready to dream big. Because what truly separates the ones that succeed from the ones that don't is courage, confidence, and creativity. And every single person, they don't have a lack of abundance. They only have a lack of alignment and feeling unworthy of receiving it. We need to become an energetic match to our desires. You already know that. You have been hearing this a lot in this festival, I know. So the thing we do before we get started is we need to build up, we need to decide and make this a soil that is a fertile soil. So when you're planting your seeds, they grow, they blossom. And nothing like a shower of gratitude by starting to look and extract those lessons from this memory. So let's get started. And before we get started, I just want you to enter this door. So I'm going to ask you for our meditation music, please. Production. So now I would like to invite you to quickly close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Take a deep breath in, out. And I want you now to close your eyes and just imagine. Imagine yourself in this space of infinite possibilities. This is a vast space, and you see there's a door. There's a door there in this space, and this door, it's a big door. It's a huge door, and I want you to imagine this door. How is this door for you? You get to create this door. What is the color of this door? What is the texture of this door? What is the material? What is this door made of? What is the size exactly? Right? And as you look at this door, you start walking towards this door. And as you start walking towards this door, you feel you're getting closer, you're getting closer. And when you're in front of this door, you feel in your heart so ready to open this door. And you touch the door, and I want you to imagine, how is the handle of the door, how is the texture of the door, how does this door feel? And you push against this door. How's the weight of this door? How heavy, how light? And once you enter, before you enter this new dimension of infinite possibilities, I want you to look behind of you. And I want you to leave behind that door the self-doubts, the judgments, the excuses and reasons why not, the blame, the guilt, everything and anything that does not hold the frequency of the results that you want to create in your life. So take a moment now to leave it behind. And it's all now left behind. And you feel immediately this lightness. And you look in front of you back into the door, and you your first step. You take this first step and you enter this new dimension. And then you close the door. And you say thank you as you're closing this door. Thank you so much for teaching me. Thank you so much. Let the light come through a little bit into that darkness, and as you close the door, you say thank you. Bye. Because right now it's time to move forward again. It's time to step into the other side. As you enter and you pass through this door, you close the door. You immediately feel an enormous sense of lightness, purity, freedom. You feel brand new and ready to go and become the woman or the man. Take a deep breath in. And you can open your eyes. In order to start off on a clean slate, we need to truly believe that the future isn't created yet. If we decide on the future based on what we see now or what happened in our past, we're pulling in the field of predictability versus the field of possibilities. Katie says, whoa, tears, that there is going on my vision board. There is, I feel that. Our beliefs, they shape our reality. So we have to be clean. The field of potentiality, the quantum field, are beyond what we have and beyond what happens. And the next thing, our next step now is we need to align and we need to choose. But you know, you might be asking like, okay, so how do I know? How do I know that I'm aligned? How do I know? And should I align to what? Right? What am I aligning myself to? Right? So we need to be super clear. What are we aligning ourselves with? Right? When I don't interact, so we are focusing on that because when we don't interact with the lack, I can be the energetic match for the beauty of whatever I desire. So we are focusing on what we desire and only that. We're not focusing on how long this will take. We're not focusing on how am I going to make this happen. None of that. We're only focusing in what we're choosing. Yes, a door to infinite possibilities. Yes, Michael. So let's align with and simply align with that. Yeah. So let's feel into it now. What would feel absolutely amazing to have in your life? To be in this life, to experience in this life. Let's choose our future. Let's create our future. All right? I don't know if you know Louis Halls. He says, if you don't choose what you want, you will be left out with the rest, with the things that other people don't want. Yeah. Amy says, couldn't hear last part after walking through the door. Can someone share to open the door? Yeah, we are looking now. We closed that door. We left behind all the things that doesn't serve us, and we're now open to the infinite possibilities, all the potential. And no, I know that you don't want the rest, right? Who wants the rest? So we must have a vision. We must allow ourselves to dream. We must access that soul desire. What does your soul wants to manifest? I'm giving you permission right now. You can have it. So the first step is now to create a vision anchored in your desires. And that I want you to allow yourself. I want you to give yourself permission to dream big, to dream bigger, and create a vision beyond your vision. Do you dare to dream? Do you dare to say it out loud? Your dreams. This is a big thing. I would dream, but I wouldn't say to anything because I had so limitations. I would think that people would, block my dreams, or people would be jealous, or people would think I'm too greedy, or do you allow yourself to say out loud and talk about your dreams? And what if you already have the freedom? And what if you already have all of those things, the divine union? What is next? Right? What is the dream beyond the dream? What is the vision beyond the vision? And write those things down, because right now we're moving fast, but later when you can go back to it, those steps. So let's be in this field of true, pure desires. Because if you are in lack in here, if you're choosing from a place of need instead of desire, if you're choosing your future for the wrong reasons, and your reasons will be a match, they will be the same frequency of your results. So if you have a frequency that is like so high in your desires, so connected to your soul, so connected to your heart, guess what's going to be your results? Extraordinary. So find a desire that it's so big that makes you cry. Find a why that makes you cry. Find this fire in your heart. Give a damn because your life matters. Stop doing things only for money because you need money. Money will come. Money will come when you stand for what you believe. So let your desires set your soul on fire. This is magnetic. This is attraction. This is the real deal. This is the long way. This is the legit way. So wake up, wake them up, wake these desires. Maybe they have been asleep, or simply see beyond your vision. You can visualize your dreams. You can give yourself permission to dream this dream bigger than you ever have. You have a whole lifetime to make those dreams your reality. You don't need to, you know, you have a whole lifetime. It's not this year only. Don't think you only have this year, and then at the end of the year, you don't hit your desire, you don't achieve your goals, it's over, you're a failure. No, build one step at a time. Go slow, be present now. I don't want you to worry about the how. There's so much potential for you in this life. Don't worry about when. The energetics of this is so powerful, so powerful, so powerful that you don't only going to change your life by anchoring your vision with your desires. You're going to change the life of everyone around you. Just you know this first step is so powerful. So what is the dream? The more intentional we are, the more we anchor in the life, these experiences, desires that we want to experience, more powerful it is. So let's, for one thing, let's give me something, like one thing that you desire, that if you could have, like, there are things that we desire and we could have now. I wanted to give yourself permission right now to go get it. What is that one thing you desire that you could have it right now? Maybe you haven't yet given yourself permission for it. Maybe it's a bubble bath. Maybe you want to stay 1 to 2 hours in a bath, or maybe you want to get a massage. Maybe you want to eat at this stunning restaurant for a long time, or maybe you want to buy this dress, or maybe you want to just like do a facial, or for the guys, you want to call that girl. And I don't know, like you want to do some squats, whatever you desire. Like, I don't know, something simple. What is like something simple that you can make it happen? Get used to saying yes to yourself and your desires that are available for you now immediately. So when you do that, you send a message to the universe saying like, yes, I deserve this. So I will give it to myself. Oh, I love that. Katie says, right now I desire a portobello mushroom burger. What is that thing? The big vision, I desire to put together and host charity gala events. Yes, Katie, put me in. I support you. Okay? So get used to saying yes. Because if you don't think you deserve to give it to yourself, what you can, then why the universe or anybody would give you? Right? 8 hours of sleep tonight. Give that to yourself easy. Please. You deserve it so much. Yes, I'm so excited for this night. Yes. See? You're all supporting each other. Speak your desires into existence. I see on the chat, hey, I'll support you with that. I will support you with this. When you speak, people come to support you. Speak it. Don't be afraid. So we're going to start with that, right? Getting clear and giving ourselves what we can right now. So what is the thing that you want to make come true right now? I wanted to do it. I wanted to do it right now. Maybe you have been postponing, right? Maybe you're telling yourself that you can't afford, you don't have time. Doesn't need to be like nothing over the top, guys. Just like something easy, something that you can easily little pay, or just sleep, just get an ice cream, have a tea, journal. Maybe you want to sleep in the afternoon. What is the thing that you desire? Right? Maybe it's like a phone call, whatever that is, whatever. So can you make it happen? So there's 3 levels of goals. First one is predictability field, the possibility field, and the potentiality reality field. So what this looks like is there's things that you can predict. Yeah, you know you can get it done. You know there are things that you know it's possible, but it's kind of like a stretch. And there are things that you have absolutely no idea how on earth you're gonna make it happen. Now, our goal is the same. We need to match this frequency in this field of potentiality, right? Essentially the vibration. You know, the universe speaks in vibration. These are all the same. These three, they're all possible. So what you are, have, and do is where the magic is. Like creating a dream bigger than than what you are right now, what you have right now, and what you do right now, right? This is the magic. You wanna dream so big and at the same time be so grateful for them now. So I want you to ask yourself, where have I been living in the field of predictability and possibility? Where have I been living in the field of predictability and possibility? And how can I bring myself to be in the realm of potentiality? Please write it down and journal on that later. So, where I have been living, where? Get clear. Where I have been living in this field of predictability and possibility, and how can I bring myself to be in the realm of potentiality? Okay, cool. So the next step, we're gonna move on. This is so important. Who is that woman? Who is that man that is living in that potentiality? Who is that? So let's say you have already that thing that you want most. And I wanted to ask yourself now, and I wanted to state, I am becoming the woman who, I am becoming the man who. What is that? What is that potentiality? Who is that woman? Who what? Who has a multi-million dollar business? Who has that sacred, conscious, divine union? Who has this extraordinary, beautiful family? I am the woman or the man that has that house, that mansion, or I don't know, whatever you want, that bag, whatever you want, it's okay. So like allow yourself to want the bag if that's what you want. To want the car, like it's okay. To have that level of friendships, that inner circle, right? Of friendships that you truly desire to have a bond. So all of those things I wanted to get clear, like what is your desire potentiality and how can you carry yourself in that space? That woman, that man, how do you carry yourself? How do you think? How do you feel? How do you move? What are the emotions that you feel? What are the beliefs that you have? How do you walk? How do you dress? How do you do things? Do you do things slowly? Do you do things on a rush? How do you relate with time? What do you talk about? Where do you hang out? What types of books do you read? Like, who is that? Yeah. Just for the bigger dream, for the bigger, the vision beyond your vision. We become even more than the woman or the man that we want to be. Who we really are, we tend to forget when we are overthinking things. Yeah? Who we are is who we are when we in the moment. So I don't want you to be thinking of those things all the time. I just want you to be your most pure, flowy self. Like I want you to choose that, right? I want you to choose that. And you're going to be choosing that moment by moment. Like let this up level version of you blossom here. Plant those seeds, trust that they will grow stronger. Ask yourself, who is that woman or man? Just energetically. Still, not talking about the how, not talking about nothing. Just like what she believes, what she does. And you know what? There are times that you will be afraid to think like this version of you that wants those things, especially when you're still, starting to into that, like into changing your beliefs and your reality. Like it's gonna, you know, gonna get a little bit, but then you walk with fear. You learn how to walk with fear. So you're gonna feel comfortable, and that's okay. So you cannot say like you're gonna try to do this, right? You gotta commit. If you tell me right now, okay, I'll try to do it, you're not. Because, let me give you an example. The first time where, like, the first real, like, time where I was, like, in awe with following my intuition, you know, without really knowing what I was doing, right? Like this cold. I was in New York City. It was nighttime. I remember, like, clearly that night. I was in my studio in Harlem. I was trying to make a decision to invest on this filmmaking course at New York Film Academy. And because I had a dream to travel the world, right? I wanted to create like a channel. I wanted to interview people around the world. I had some savings that I worked for the last 2 years of my life. And it was like the only money I had. Yeah. And in that moment, I had a choice. I could stay where I was and do nothing and don't do the course and just save more money and just stay there, wait to see something happen. Or I could do something crazy, which was to invest in my money on this filmmaking intensive training that would last 4 months. So that meant that my decision was even crazier because I couldn't work during that time. So I wouldn't make money. So I decided to take a card to help me make a decision, a tarot card. And I took that card, and that card says, and it just, I want to cry because, like, I took that card, and that card said to me, everything will be provided. Trust that we are looking after you. And, like, I was like, giving me permission. The universe is giving me permission to do something crazy, absolutely insane. Like, I was like, okay, I started crying. I had so much certainty who I needed to become in that moment and the choice that I needed to make in that moment, right? I knew what I needed to do. I knew the action I needed to take. I listened, and it was like a full body yes in that moment. Full body yes. So of course I was committed. Of course I was not, I'm going to try. I didn't say, oh yeah, I'm gonna try. I said, you know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna commit. I was on fire to make my reality extraordinary. I was obsessed to grow and evolve. Like when I want something, what is magnetism to me? When I want something, I'm like, I'm gonna, do all that I can. And I'm not gonna give up until I'm not. I'm just going to trust that it's coming, that it's working, and I'm not going to give up in the last moment. Because what happens sometimes is like we don't see sometimes the results on the spot, and then we want to change what we're going to do. Instead of, like, you planted a seed, the seed takes time to blossom, and sometimes we give up, we choose something else, and then in 6 months, that seed that you planted, it blossoms. Like someone comes to you and said, hey, look, I really like that movie you created 6 months ago. I saw it really inspired me, but I was not, I didn't know how to say that. I felt shy. But like, you changed my life. And you're like, oh my God, I gave up on filmmaking, but I just changed someone's lives, So stay committed. I was not trying anymore. So the problem with most people is that the people that I talk to, the one of the most common things that I hear in my coaching career and as a human, I hear this so often. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try to make my bed. I'm gonna try to do my best. I'm gonna try to launch this course. So we say we will try so we can protect ourselves from failure. Because if you try and it doesn't work, then you can say, oh, I was just trying. Right? So it's okay. But in the back end, you are trying, knowing that you will fail. And the vibration of that is totally different than commitment. Commitment is a choice. So you were choosing to show up as your best. You're choosing to do your best and to do whatever it takes. You are not trying. You have your whole heart in there. You look for the answers until you accomplish that. Trying versus commitment. There's probably, trying equals two. There is probably a possibility that I will fail, and I'm preserving myself from that. Is the perfect excuse. So do you try to sit on a chair? Do you try to sit? Do you try to make your bed? No, you don't. You do it or you don't. Do you try to be kind? I'm not sure about that. So it's is trying part of your contest right now in your life? If it is, ask yourself, how can you reframe it? Are you really committed in attracting wealth? Are you attracting, because wealth is not only money. Wealth is the juice of life for me, right? Is living the life of your dreams. Is like loving where you're at, loving where you're sitting, where you're dancing, where you're standing. So commit to it. You have the power to claim your life. If it doesn't work, just stop and go back and do it better. Collapse time, do it better. I prefer to be disappointed for a moment than spending my whole life trying. A lesson that you extract from a failure is going to be a win. So the vibrational language is aligned with the vibration of the result, right? So really important. Can you please write this down? So I know the future because I'm creating the future, right? We're choosing this life in order to be big. I cannot be in a small context of trying. So can we repeat with me right now? Everything that's done with intention makes me happier and wealthier. Everything that is done with intention makes me happier and wealthier. So, what kind of context do I need to hold to be able to be the person that I want to be, that I want to see in front of the mirror? What kind of context do I need to hold to be able to be the person I want to see in front of the mirror? And this leads me to the next thing that I want to talk about. It's a bit a lot today, so let's go move faster. We only have 15 minutes. It's perfect timing. It's part of the process, like it's more masculine, right? It's the doing, it's the badass things, it's the doer thing. They just get things done, right? Because that's also magnetic, right? It's cool to get things done, we are made of both energies, masculine and feminine. So we are dancing. We must become masters of those energies within us, right? And you know what? I love to get things done. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel in integrity. I do the things that I say I will do. It's just awesome. And I feel good. I feel magnetic. I feel powerful. I feel confident. So when we do the things that we say we'll do, it's just all that feeling of accomplishment, that confidence. Yeah. So being this person that gets things done is so inspiring to you and to others, right? And it's just another level of have for yourself, and others will also have this respect for you, to you, for you. Yeah. So here, like, you, when you are in this doing phase of your steps to become, to attract wealth with magnetism, you must like see what needs to be done, reverse engineer. So where, what needed to happen in order for you to get there, like, and do that with projects, you know, like have, you know, have many desires, so just do with one at a time. So what do I need to do and become and feel and think in order to get there? So we're doing the doing, but we're doing the doing from our higher version, right? So maybe you're gonna turn on the music, you're gonna dress up, you're gonna get a drink, you're gonna get a glass of wine or tea or juice, you know, you're gonna get in a bubble bath, you're gonna read that book, you're gonna write that sales page, whatever you need to get done, you are gonna do it with the whole vibe. Yeah, you're gonna do it loving it, like this is so magnetic, this is so another vibe. Maybe you want to create like a channel on YouTube, for example, and you know, but you know, at that time when I wanted to create that channel on YouTube, I didn't have an iPhone, so I had to like reverse engineer, right? Because iPhones didn't have that quality, and I was very confused on how to make movies. So, you know, had to take a course how to use a camera, how to edit a video, how to upload, how all the things. So I looked into how I could, you know, where, what is the best training, you know, I made a plan. So, and then I, you know, I took a card, I made it happen, I got the money, I paid for the training, I went there. After I bought a camera, I learned how to use. And today, after many years, I still use those things that I learned in the past for my online trainings, my online courses. So it's awesome. It's nothing you ever do is spent. Like everything, it's valuable. So maybe you are at a point right now that you still need to learn something, right? Maybe you still need some skills before you can get to the level of, you know, maybe you have these goals that you have and you still don't know how to make that happen. So you look up for a person that have done it. You know, you ask them, how have you done it? And maybe you go or you take a course. Maybe you have a family member that can teach you. Maybe you have a friend that can teach you. But that part is super important, and you need to map out, you know, just map out, like ask questions, ask the people that have done it. You know, it's good to open your minds to possibilities as well, because sometimes we don't know what's possible until it's done, right? And maybe someone did something really big, and it just opens up a whole new wave of possibilities. So this is the time where, you know, before we proceed to the next step, we become this energetic match, we create a plan, and then you're going to start blossoming into it slowly, right? So you need to trust, because you're planting the seeds, right? You're taking massive imperfect action, aligned action with flow, with beauty, with enjoyment, with passion. And be flexible, stay open. Opportunities not always are predictable. They will at times come in ways you don't expect. So be open to opportunities that don't seem like your perfect ideal case scenario, because those will lead you to where you're truly meant to be. So life is like a journey, you know, not a destination. So in life, we have to mix what we want with what life give us. I'm so happy this is helping you, Nerissa. I'm so happy to hear. Thank you. This is exactly my intention. So sometimes this is what we have for today. You know, this is what we have for today, and it's okay. So they once invited me to be a receptionist in these conferences. So I would give them like a case and a pen at the door for everyone that would come in, right? Back in the days. But there in this event, I met some really high quality people that opened so many doors for me later. Do you think, you know, I didn't want to be a receptionist, but that event I said yes to opened so many doors. So, and I was able to listen to amazing talks and amazing lessons that pointed me in the right direction in my life. So you can have a goal that you want to accomplish, but don't let those be a prison for you of your ideals, right? Be open, be flexible. You know, life is a journey. So ask yourself right now, looking back, how often do I take the time to celebrate those small wins, the small little things, my small accomplishments, like monthly. How do I celebrate myself? Do I celebrate myself? Do I celebrate life? Like, do I celebrate? Celebrate. So important in the doing part. So every time you do something, celebrate that you've done something. Every time you accomplish something, celebrate that, because then you're going to attach that thing with pleasure, and that is going to give you more energy. So where you are now, and that leads me to the next thing. Where you're at now, what happened in your past is not the same as your future. It's not the future that you are creating, correct? Me, yes. Yeah. It's not about how fast you go either. Speed and time is not often related, okay? It takes, you know, for that. The time that will take for you to get to work is the time that will take for you to get to work. If you try to speed it up, it might take you more time, because speed and time is not often related. And if everybody was rushing and pedal to the how do you say that? I forgot. The throttle, the car thing, and you're speeding, you're pressing it, pushing there. And can you imagine how it would be on the roads if everybody was trying to rush? It wouldn't work. And if you would do that to get there faster, maybe the police could stop you, you know, maybe it could take you more time to explain the police. Maybe you could even crash your car. Maybe you could go to the wrong street. So it's not about the speed. If you drive peacefully, calmly, you get there. And you will know exactly where you are. And you will have the ability to pivot and course correct as you go if you need. It's about you knowing where you're going. Okay? So knowing where you're going. Other people that are rushing, they get faster somewhere they don't even know where. It's about alignment and intentions, holding that. So let's be grateful for where we are at now and excited to where we are going, because that's how we are able to collapse time, to take the present moment with you, because it's never about the future or the past. Okay? It's always about now. No matter where you go, it will never feel like the future. No matter where you go, no matter where you are, you'll always be in the now. So start being in the now, because it will never be in the future. This one code changed my life. I cannot explain. Like, so if you can appreciate where you're at now, when you get to your future, now, your tomorrow, you will be able to appreciate now. That's tomorrow, but right now, like, let's appreciate right now. It's always now. To collapse time, you need to learn how to coexist in time as a split. So like I said, like, wealth to me does not mean only money. It's so much more, because I have worked with so many wealthy people in my life, and I know that they are not wealthy. Abundance. They're not abundant. They don't have the friendships, the relationship, or the time, or the schedule, the lifestyle they want, right? They don't have they have the money, but they don't have the abundance. So being wealthy is having all the things, not only money, but life force energy in your life. So wealth can be attained in this moment while you're grateful for what you have, while you're in the quest for what you desire. That duality of experience, when you have one foot in the now and one foot in the future, where you're grateful for where you're at right now and excited for where you're going, instead of it's not enough for of those things. So the more you're experiencing the time of your life right now, the more you're attracting the time of your life with ease and flow. What creates wealth in my life is the feeling of wealth. This is it. What creates wealth in my life is the feeling of wealth and abundance. It's not about getting what you want. It's not about it's not about getting what I want and need right now. It's more. So I just want you to all say and promise that you are going to create a new relationship with time. Time is in your side, is on your side. Okay? Use time as your ally, because it can be your enemy or your ally. You get to choose. No matter how fast you go, It will always be now. Oh, I have more quotes to give you. And this is a little bit of the medicine that I share with the world. And there's magic in the choice of this power view. Whatever you choose, it has to be in alignment. Never forget, it has to be because you, from your heart. So, before, just one more thing, before anyone decided who I was, the woman that is building the business, the woman that travels the world, that woman that gets invited to speak in events like this, the woman that gets, to have the best, powerful clients. Before anyone decided, I decided I would be her. I decided I would show up. I would give my best. I would connect to people. I would learn to heal and expand and grow. So decide that for yourself right now, because your life is you, your business is you, your relationship is you. You get to create a reality. I love you so much, guys. Thank you for listening. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being here. And I can't wait for Rokeya is in the house.
Ah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Can everybody take themselves off of mute? Rub your hands together and give Thatja some amazing love. Ashta hey.
Ashta hey.
Thank
Ashta
you.
hey.
Thank you.
Thank you. So powerful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So grateful. Thank you.
One more thing, I want to invite you to talk to me on social media and Instagram. I have a training for you on money mindset rewire that I'm gonna give to, for you to be able to continue a little bit more. Yeah, the link is there. This one is $1, so you can also get it for $1. But connect with me anyways if you feel. But you can get it here. I think it's worth it. $1. I love you all. Bye bye. Take care.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Amazing. So we have Rukeya on the call.